sentence says, "Oh wow, may tall story about the hunting knife had a few themes that were not intentional."
I did, but I don't know what it's technically called. It's like an exclamation. So like, it's an exclamation, I guess.
Okay, so you're right that it like usually is like it disrupts things.
Yeah.
It's actually called an interjection.
Interjection.
Interjection is a word.
Interjection.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And an interjection is a word used to express emotion and is often followed by an exclamation point.
Okay.
As you see there.
Yes.
And then so the next sentence, when Olivia pushed Mr. Holbrook to his breaking point, she was sent to sit in the corner for the rest of silent study hall.
Well, she would be the subject of the sentence.
But what part of speech is it?
A noun? No, wait.
What kind of noun?
Not a proper noun, because it's not a capital. It's a, I don't know the technical term for it.
So this is a pronoun.
Pronoun.
And
that's right, because like gender identity.
Yeah.
A pronoun. Yeah. Okay.
So pronouns are used in place of a noun to kind of like, if you already know who somebody is, you can replace that person's name with he or she or they or we. And it's usually substituted for a specific noun, which is called its antecedent. Okay, so the third sentence says, Mr. Alberti was not too pleased with the fact that his new vibraphone will be extremely hard to move to and from concerts.
True. With.
This is a hard one.
In a conjunction. I forget what it's called.
So this one is a preposition, and everybody like always forgets about prepositions. So a preposition is a word placed before a noun or pronoun to form a phrase modifying another word in the sentence. So based on all of that, how do you feel on like your awareness of parts of speech and the understanding of it?
So I think, honestly, I feel like as a writer, I think I have a very, very good command of grammar. But I think as I've left school, I don't remember the terms for everything. But like, I think I can properly use all of these different parts of speech when I type and when I write. And a lot of that has come from, I loved reading. I love to read, and I love to write stories, and I love to research, and I love to do all that kind of stuff. So I think that I have a command of the application, but in terms of like the names, I've totally forgotten.
And so our focus for our style manual is middle schoolers, and with that being known, how do you feel, like, did you think that there was a big focus to learn the parts of speech when you were in middle school, or was there a lesser focus on grammar?
I'm sure there was, I just don't really remember. But I mean, I think I must have been trained somewhat effectively because I can type and write very well. But if that happened in middle school particularly, I don't remember. But I think it should be if it's not.
Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so the first sentence says, "Oh wow, Maytal's story about the hunting knife had a few themes that were not intentional." So what do you think that part of speech is?
That's an interjection?
Yeah. Alberti did not get that one. So an interjection is a word used to express emotion and is often followed by an exclamation point. So the next sentence says, when Olivia pushed Mr. Holbrook to his breaking point, she was sent to sit in the corner for the rest of silent study hall.
That's a pronoun.
So a pronoun is a word used in place of a noun, and it is usually substituted for a specific noun, which is called its antecedent. And the third and final sentence says, Mr. Alberti was not too pleased with the fact that his new vibraphone will be extremely hard to move to and from concerts.
With is a preposition.
Yeah, you got all three of those. So preposition is a word placed before a noun or pronoun to form a phrase modifying another word in the sentence. So knowing that you got all of them right, how do you feel about your grasp on the parts of speech?
Well, that wasn't that bad. I know that stuff okay. I know like the basic stuff. I probably would be lost if you asked me about like gerunds or participles.
So that goes into like parts of sentences, and we might ask you about that later
Okay.
in the year.
Those are hard.
Yeah.
I'll have to study.
And then our focus for our project, our focus group is middle schoolers actually. And so think back to middle school. How do you feel that they taught grammar, and like, did you think there was a big focus on it or no?
No, we didn't with worksheets, I guess. I didn't learn grammar in middle school. We didn't do that much of it. I guess we would get worksheets. I mean, I do remember having to do a thing with prepositions. I do remember having to do a thing with prepositions where we got an airplane, picture of an airplane, and we had to write like words around it, like in the airplane, by the airplane, near the airplane, above the airplane, below, and that's like how we learned prepositions. And actually, just now, when I was thinking of with, I was like, oh, with the airplane, that was so I guess that was helpful.
Yeah.
So I did learn a little bit. I learned grammar mostly in college, where I took a grammar class,
Okay.
which I dropped. But before I dropped it, I learned a lot of grammar.
Okay.
And I took Latin.
Well, thank you, Mr.
Yeah.
Holbrook.
Thank you. How about a round of applause? Yeah, stand